Here's the disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Do your due diligence and invest at your own risk. You can lose money. What's up, everyone? My name is J Tragic Jeffrey. Welcome to Crypto Plunder, where there will be no champagne sipping, crypto pumping. I can only give you the real in the crypto world. Today is November 14th, 2017. We're going to start with the news first, as always. Let's see. Billionaire investor says that institutional investors will soon adopt Bitcoin. No duh. Let's look at this in December, which supports our December run-up scenario that we've been talking about. This is sponsored news, so we don't care. Bitcoin prices stabilized. Wall Street poised for December futures influx. We talked about this. December revenue is going to be coming in from institutional investors, and that means that we will be seeing a run-up in December, which supports our seasons of Bitcoin strategy that we are following our plans for. What's mine is mine. We don't care about China's fudding out over crypto. Again, their money pulled out. Did we care? No. So this is green news. This is green news. This gray news. It's not red news. We don't care. How Bitcoin Cash has suddenly become the real thing. Temporary. I'll show you why in a minute. No, we don't care about this. This is not important. We can call it green or gray news. Let's see. After declines, Bitcoin comes back stronger. Of course it will. So we're going to say that's green news. Cut off cheap power to Bitcoin miners. We don't care. See, China, we don't care. So that's not going to affect us. That's actually gray news. It's not negative for us. We don't care. So it's not red news. Let's see. ICO warnings. We don't care. Especially if it's the EU, we don't care. The rest of the world doesn't care. Just like they don't care about anything that's happening in the United States. This is an international coin, so things happening over here may affect in the future, but at this point, there's too many other countries that'll end up swallowing their pride and following the leaders. MasterCard patents blockchain tech for instant payments. Hilarity, green news. Hong Kong government to establish a blockchain-based trade financing system. See, inside China, blockchain-based technology. So boom, that's green news. Baltic Finance Ministries decide to support blockchain technology development. No voodoo-ish. Green news. UN partners win to fight. That's green. 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 Gray, but greeny, because it's futures, and that means more institutional cash. Gray, it isn't important. This is gray. It's kind of important, but not. Green. Yes, it will achieve an all-time high in short term. Yes, in December. Bitcoin continues Zeus acceptance, especially in Australia. Green. That's going to be green because it's going to be easier mining. I think that that's going to end up being staking instead of full out proof of work mining. Will ETF become Bitcoin's holy grail? Yes and no. No and yes. Green. So, green news. Why do we always do this? Why do I just go gray, green, or red? Because I want you to start looking at how news or lack of news gives credence to how market movement happens, right? So, green news, green day. What do we see? I'm going to hit refresh real fast. Look at that. Green news, green day, and just look at the sea of green. It'll be good to get some of these things back in play for my bots to be able to start trading again for larger gains. Right now, I'm holding off using the bot while the markets kind of weather out the storm. We're expecting a few things to happen. But okay, let's talk about what I said earlier about Bitcoin Cash and why I don't worry about Bitcoin Cash. Again, BitcoinEnergyConsumption.com. Look at this. Just look at this. We started in October 15th with 21 terawatt hours of energy being used to mine Bitcoin. As of November 13th, we are at 27 terawatt hours. 21, 27, 21, 27 terawatt hours. So, guys, when I tell you that it really doesn't matter what happens with Bitcoin Cash, for me is when people are like, oh, well, everybody's running out and all the miners are leaving. Are they? Where did they leave? Where? I don't see a leaving of anything. I didn't see this go flat. 25, 26 in a few days. 27 in a few days. We're going to go to 28, 29, 30. So as long as this graph keeps going up, that tells me that there's more miners using Bitcoin as a mining strategy. So if China left, it keeps growing. It keeps growing. Bitcoin Cash, miners defect. This keeps growing. So as long as this chart keeps going up, I don't care what Bitcoin Cash does. Because it's evidently not going to be supported. The number one is going to be supported, right? And if you look at the chart, you can see Bitcoin market cap, Bitcoin stabilizing. So we're going back up. So that's why I'm not too stressed about what Bitcoin Cash does. Again, that's Bitcoin China or Bitcoin Cash. I'm not really worried about that. All right. I believe that they're going to get a spanking come when all institutional money is in Bitcoin come December. Miners run back to Bitcoin in December, you know, which leads us, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to this now, which leads us to the seasons of Bitcoin, like what we talk about. I told you before, if you've been watching the channel, that we were expecting our November dip. We validated that on Saturday. I said, okay, it's official. We have our dip. I said on Saturday of this week, just this last past Saturday, that I would expect this week for us to begin the run back up. Right? Go back to the last video. Go back to video 21. And you'll see, it's just Saturday's video. I said, this week I'm expecting it to run back up. And we're going to do a run up in December. And if we do our run up in December, we're going to have a January potential January dip. If it follows the seasons of Bitcoin. Every season, it's been doing the same thing over and over again. Over and over again and over again. November. So we're expecting, because we had a significant enough dip, we're expecting to close out in December 14th time frame at higher highs. We can see that, around December 14th, and then we start seeing a little bit of weakness We this last year it actually went all the way to December 26th. Then we had the first week of January. We had our dip, right? So January 2nd, and January 9th. If we look here, we're looking at January. Actually, January 26th. Yeah, January 26th is actually the one here. I don't know if we're missing earlier times, but I'll call it in January, sometime in January, January 11th, January 25th. So even towards the end of January, it's the second week to the end of January. If we look here, we've got January 2nd, January 9th, even a little weakness. So you see there's a weakness in January. So we know we're getting some weakness in January. So November, a December run up so that we close the year at higher highs. November dip, December run up to close out at higher highs, right? We're expecting here November dip, a run up through December to close out at higher highs. And news coming in from institutionalized money coming in December supports our theory that we're going to close out at higher highs just because of the institutional revenue coming in. So let's expect a run up. If you'd have not bought your Bitcoin here where we talked about it on Saturday, I'm sorry. It's not that you've missed the boat because we can still close out at higher highs. I would get your Bitcoin in now so that you can close out the year at higher highs and take your profits end of December so that you take a little bit of your profit, snitzel it so that you can hold it for a January dip. And when when that dip happens, buy on the weakness and ride it back up. All right, so that is what we are expecting. That is the current play that I'll be doing. If you look at my asset playbook, I had to make adjustments because I actually put the wrong numbers in. This is my BTC numbers when I deposited some cash in. I'm going to add more as I go so that I can prepare for the January dip because I did not make my purchases on this dip, which I was dumb. I should have. I missed out. It's my own stupidity. I should be purged. Right? So I'm going to be going back, looking at these plays this week, see what I can buy in, see if we're still at some bottoms. I missed some bottoms here that I could have bought at while we were still flooding out before the Bitcoin fork. So I'm still looking to get some plays in. I'm still trying to get some capital in so that I can buy on some weakness. I think the January dip will help that happen. I think also people putting their money into Bitcoin, there might be some fudding that'll happen out. When we have our run up, there might be some fudding, which will cause altcoins to get a dip. Because when we get this tear like this, altcoins get punished. When you see tears like this. So I want to see some weakness in the alts right during this run. Maybe sometime in December, I'm going to start buying up some alts. And then January, when Bitcoin dips, take my Bitcoin profits, hold them, and wait for after the January dip for the next run up. All right. So East Coast Crypto, he has an event coming up. Orlando, Florida, December 2nd from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So click on the reserve your spot. You get dropped down here and go ahead and register. If you are going to be in the Orlando area or near the Orlando area, you want to meet up with East Coast Crypto, want to see the fam. I won't be able to be there this time, but I suggest if y'all can make it, go ahead and make it. You got 18 days left to register before the event. So if you are going to be in the Orlando area and are close to the Orlando area, want to meet up with East Coast Crypto, click the register now and go ahead and register for the event. Leads us to East Coast Crypto. Discord room is on a tear. There are a lot of new features coming to the group, a lot of new bots, a lot of new training that's happened. Sensei Kevlar is back in play with another classroom. They're going strong. So if you missed the training, you've missed the training till the next time it opens back up. Those of you who have gotten his training, there's the master class. There's guys that are now writing bots all over the place. So there's a lot coming to the group. Sign up now, meet the family, start getting your crypto education. There's plenty of people in there that can help you. Plenty of people out there in the group that are willing to, if you don't know anything about crypto, give you a lending hand and walk you through some stuff. So come on in, click the Discord group. You can go to the link will be in the description below, or you can go to East Coast Crypto. And if you go to East Coast Crypto, you can see the community link right here. Join our community and just click this and join the community. All right. So East Coast Crypto Discord, East Coast Crypto, his YouTube page, as well as mine. Click and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to both the channels. The link to his channel is below in the description. Subscribe and follow him. He does free giveaways. It's in Bitconnect. So if you are not signed up to Bitconnect, he's giving away free Bitconnect on his channel. So be sure to watch his videos, see what he has to say. Bitcoin is accepted here. We're accepting Bitcoin payments for graphic work, video work, marketing work, music work. We're doing all that. T-shirts, the new website. Well, like we said, I'm waiting for November to be able to purchase the software so that I can develop the new platform. That's going to be Crypto Plunder. Excuse me, not Crypto Plunder. Toxic Hustle 2.0. I'm just waiting for the sales of the software to get in line so that I can go ahead and spend time developing. Working on a project with East Coast Crypto right now. So can't talk about it quite yet, but it is definitely going to be pretty huge, big thing, huge. So Bitcoin, your Bitcoin system, your system of earning Bitcoin. Why I say Bitcoin is accepted here and why I talk about the services that I offer is because you should be doing the same exact thing. Right? Start reading books like Richest Man of Babylon. Start reading books like The Art of War. Start reading books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Start reading these things because the goal is for you to change your mind state for what you think a business is, what you think a company is. We are in a freelance economy, right? In a freelance economy, I'm going to keep repeating this because I need people to understand this. We are in a freelance economy. This is the time where you, as an independent contractor, can now earn your revenue, whether you go to Upwork, whether you go to Fiverr, whether you go to Elance. I think Elance and Upwork are the same thing. Whether you go to freelancer.com, wherever you decide to go, you can start earning money on your projects. I've been telling people, start taking those payments in Bitcoin. Start taking those payments in Bitcoin because as Bitcoin appreciates in value, you get $1,000 for a project, right? Now, Bitcoin's price goes up, right? Over the last 2 years, consistently, it's closed double where it is. This year, it's going to close out 6 times, 7 times higher than it was before. So if you think about that, your potential is, even if it goes back to just doubling, that $1,000 you earned in Bitcoin will become $2,000, right? And if you're just consistently doing all your services in Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin takes a little bit of a beating down once in a while, but it's not changing the fact that if you look at the energy consumption, Miners are still mining. Miners gonna mine, right? So start thinking about your businesses. Start getting and accepting your Bitcoin. I'm going to be coming up with some strategies later in the first quarter of next year where I can help you get better at maybe setting up your websites to accept Bitcoin. Once I set it up, on Toxic Hustle, for the Toxic Hustle group. Once I set it up there, I'm going to come up with my strategies, draft up some video series, and actually help you get your website set up to accept Bitcoin, with potentially marketing platforms, different ways that you can come up with advertising strategies to earn income. So I'm working on a few things to be able to get you set up and situated to earn more Bitcoin. Because again, Bitcoin buys all the other alts. So if I can help you get more Bitcoin, if my job is to help you earn more Bitcoin, then you can take that Bitcoin and diversify into multiple projects. And if you take a loss in a project, so what? You can still earn more Bitcoin. My next stage in just doing services and projects that can do that, we're going to start talking about subscription models, right? How are you going to start earning your Bitcoin on a consistent residual basis, right? Passive income Bitcoin. So that's our goal for 2018. 2017, I want to take the Toxic Hustle experiment that we're doing in modifying the site this December. January, draft up our results. February, draft up a program. And then by March, I want to help y'all get um, earning even more Bitcoin than before. Why do I say it like that? Do you see what happens? February, March, then a run up all the way till June. See this March and a run up to June. We go here, March, February, March, till a run up in June. So I want to be able to get you situated so that come March, when we have that little March dip, there's a run up till June. So I want to make sure that you're earning enough crypto before that June run up so that when that run up comes, it appreciates in value for you. And then when this dip happens, you can capture some profits. All right. So get your Bitcoin businesses, get your mind on Bitcoin. Get your mind off all these other alts. Don't get me wrong. An alt's going to go up and you might miss out on some money, but how do you buy that alt? You buy it in Bitcoin. And which is the coin that is over, that has historically, here, January, closed high. So from January, we closed high. We closed to 3 and change, 354. Right? Actually, no. 461 is where we close before the next run up to close at 980. Before the next run up that we're going to close at 700 and something, 7,000 something, 8,000 something. We might close at 9,000 something, depending on how this institutional money comes in. So get your mind on Bitcoin because historically we have crazy gains. We still have what you call it on our side. Uh, we still have supply, the laws of supply and demand on our side. So as demand goes higher, price goes up since the supply is limited. Okay, so demand for Bitcoin once institutional money comes up means the institutional money means more demand. So we're going to close up even higher. We're going to be able to capture some profits. So make sure you're getting your businesses in order. This is why I want your mind on your Bitcoin. Why this screen will say here, where I say I accept Bitcoin. Bitcoin's accepted here as a business model. And you should be beginning to do the same thing. All right. So I'm going to close this out today. I want to thank you for spending time with me. Please subscribe, click the like and subscribe button, click the notification bell so you're notified when I create new videos. Also, click the subscribe link in the description below for East Coast Crypto. Subscribe to his channel. We are definitely trying to do some great things to help you weather the crypto storms that are happening, but weather them to your benefit. All right. So, again, thank you for watching. My name is Jay Tragic Jeffrey, and I will talk to you later. Peace.